without further ado, let's dive into this one. Hi everybody, it's the Gringo Scott. Today we will be reviewing the movie Richard Jewell, 2019 movie. It's day 17 of my 30-day video a day playlist challenge. It's going well, thanks. If you want to see more of these movies in that playlist, I will be placing the playlist at the end of this video and you can check them out. But without further ado, let's check out Richard Jewell, 2019 movie. Summary of this movie is about a guy, Richard Jewell, and he was a security guard at the Olympics, the Summer Olympics in Atlantic, Georgia in 1996. And there was a bombing there. He was a hero. He found the bomb, saved a bunch of lives, and he was listed as a hero. But then due to improper use of procedures and how they investigate and stuff and leakage, etc., he became a primary suspect of said bombing for months afterwards. And that's basically what this movie's about. Richard Jewell, so respectful to authority that he's not realizing that he's causing himself problems. He's respecting them too much. That reminds me of when I was, at one point, when I had to learn to stand up for myself, but I feel like I really didn't as much as I should have. There's been times in my life where I've done that, and I think that's not uncommon. I had a boss years ago who was trying to get rid of me, and she just didn't like me, I think is what it came down to for whatever reason, or her own agenda, whatever. But it didn't matter what I did. She would make up stuff, falsify stuff, literally outright lie. And I should have stood up for myself better, but I didn't. And because of it, in the end, I just decided to go ahead and resign, and I didn't fight it. Now, it's important to stand up for yourself because people write their own narrative, and if you aren't involved in writing your own narrative, someone else will write it for you. And I think that's what we can learn from this movie. Opinion of this movie, the bad. So I don't know if this is bad or not on it, but it's definitely a bad in the sense that I wanted to watch this movie. It was, I'm like, I want to watch something kind of positive and inspiring, blah, blah, blah. And this movie is one of those movies, it's good, definitely good, but it's frustrating to an extent. So frustrating. I found myself getting so mad at the quote-unquote villains in this movie. I mean, I was just so mad. I was like, argh. So irate. It's so unfair how reality works or power structures work or whatever. It's really good, but it's going to be a kind of movie, if you're like me, where it got your hackles up. So it's not like a calm, funny, or inspirational movie as much, per se. So keep that in mind. The other thing is a general complaint about any movie that Hollywood makes that says based on a true story or based on real life events. Do you realize based could mean that there was a guy named Richard Jewell and the rest is made up? There were no dragons, there were no alien invasions, there were no crazy video game Doom like situations where you had to fight the demons from hell with a shotgun. Ba-boom, ba-boom. None of that. So I'm a little leery when I see based on movies. I didn't choose to investigate, because a lot of times after I watch a based on movie, I'll do research on what's the real situation and what happened in the movie. And I'll get myself really irritated about some of the things they cut out. It's like, why did you change it at all? Are we going to be historically accurate, or are we just going to do it for drama? Which drives me nuts, because I think it's a responsibility. If you're going to do a based on, it should be as historically accurate as possible. I think that's your responsibility, because you're sharing history. It should not be manipulated in the least amount that you can, because it's hard to totally not manipulate history based on your version of it, based on the ones who won the wars version, who you asked, all that stuff, obviously. But to the best knowledge that you can, don't switch out someone because the name didn't sound as cool or something. That just drives me nuts. So I didn't want to look into it as much and find out what the true story was. But I did and it looked like it followed it pretty good. But if you guys have any comments about what really happened, you can put them at the bottom compared to what the movie said. I'm always a little leery with the based on. I'm like, nah, how much of this is true? And how much this is just dramatized? The Good. All the actors do a really good job. Sam Rockwell, Kathy Bates, awesome job. The guy who played on Super Troopers, Paul Hauser, did an amazing job. I mean, I didn't realize it was him for a while. I was like, oh my God, it's that guy from Super Troopers. Holy moly. The guy did an awesome job. He really, from what I saw of the real Richard Jewell videos of him, must have done a character study and really worked on trying to get him, be like him. It's done really well. Like I said, it makes you angry, which I think was their point. It's a like, oh my gosh, that really happened thing. And it really did happen to some extent how they said it. So it's a really good movie. And if you guys haven't noticed, you can tell I really enjoyed this movie. I was quite surprised by how good it was. How did I miss this movie? But apparently I missed it. I didn't know what it was. I mean, just the name Richard Jewell, I didn't know about. I didn't remember the bombings in 1996. I don't remember now. And then until I watched this movie. So I'm really glad that I noticed it. So before I give my rating of scale 1 to 10, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave comments. But I'm going to give this movie, Richard Jewell, a 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Guys, go check it out. It's a really good movie. Peace! Yeah, boy.